Welcome, everybody. It's Nier time. You might be wondering, hey, where was this yesterday? Good question. The answer is no. No, Square Enix. No, that's not the answer. The answer,
Answer is no.
yeah. The answer is related to no. The answer is that, for Zenotia over here, sleep was no.
Yeah, sleep had been. I was at that point awake for I think 31 hours.
Jesus, I didn't even know it was
At
that
the
long.
point at which I cancelled,
Yes.
I had been awake for 31 hours.
But you slept and you're feeling pretty good, all things considered.
Yes.
So let's dive not exactly right in, but let's get the diving ready because before we get started, I did tell you that I wanted to do a thing with you. Do you remember what the thing is?
Oh, it was stuff.
No, your stuff.
My stuff. No, I don't remember. I
No, you
apologize.
are stuff, is what I'm saying, and that's a joke. It's like, oh, sorry I
No.
was late, I was doing stuff. Hi, I'm stuff. But no, but no, what I wanted to do is, well, first of all, let's look at all the weapons and that
Yeah, you got the
I've
upgrades. Oh yes, we were going to read the
read the
swords.
weapon stories. But before we do that, let's take a. Actually, if we read the stories, no, it doesn't say the stats. So right now, I have equipped Spear of the Usurper, attack power 600, magic power
Oh,
70%, and weight is moderate. This is
all right. So hold on. Everything's at 4.
everything's at 4.
Okay, so let's go look at some of the ones that we had before, see where they are now, so that we have a comparison of scale.
I mean,
So, like, how's the
I'll be
virtuous contract? Like,
Vir-
what?
virtuous treaty, virtuous contract is now at 570 with
It's
zero
now at
magic power,
570.
but it's also
Okay,
very light.
all right. And then what was the knife we liked?
The knife that we liked, was it Ancient Overlord?
Ancient Overlord.
Was it this one?
Yes. What happened to it? It was so good.
It got barely any better.
Well, I guess that's the cost, isn't it?
I
It was
guess
good
so.
at first, and then how's the Iron Will then?
Okay, Iron Will is 730, 50% magic power, and extra heavy.
I bet it's really good for armored enemies.
Yes. It's all in there. You know what? I'll do the bunker just for you, Infinity, since you're here.
Hello, Storm.
Alright, what's up? Which one?
Okay, see, now I want to know about some of the ones we really liked also. Like, what was the spear we used? The sun spear, I think it was. Something about the sun.
Sunrise.
Sunrise.
It's at 625 with 70% magic power,
But it's
and
got
also
heavy.
it's also very heavy. Very heavy
That-
is one less below extra heavy, which is what Iron Will is.
Wasn't that light at first?
A little bit, but you add stuff to it, you upgrade it.
Interesting. Can I see it?
Like, it doesn't look much different.
It doesn't look much different, but it's gotten very heavy. It does a lot of damage.
Sure does. Hello.
And still has 70% power.
Sure does.
Oop.
Hello, Ellie. How you doing? Hope you have a good time watching the stream. Welcome to the party, beautiful. So now,
I misread it as a lesbian decision.
well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what she's into. I say, even though I'm in a server where she is in most of the time. Anyway, let's read the stories. Let's take turns with the various levels. Like, you
Okay.
do 1, I do 2, you do 3, etc.
Alright. Yeah. Smash. 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 Sweat rolls down the faces of hard-scrabble men as they chip away at ironstone, their cheerful singing echoing through the mine. We are workers, workers in the mine, dirty from tip to toe. Again we search for iron with all our might. Smash, 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 smash. Boom, boom.
Foom, 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 foom. The sound of women stomping on bellows in the mill. The sound of iron being gathered from the scorched sands. We are workers, workers in the mill, workers who send wind. Today we stomp the bellows again with all our might. Foom, 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 foom.
Clang, 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 clang. The sound of swordsmiths wielding hammers at their forges. The ringing of such transformative blows is stunning indeed. We are swordsmiths, swordsmiths who bring blades to life. Lords of steel. Clank, 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 clank.
Rip, rip, rip. The sound of flesh being rent on the battlefield. The sound of killing enemies, killing someone, killing humans. Someone, help me. It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, mommy. Rip, 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 rip.
Tear.
That was a downer. Let's just
I think most of these are probably going to be downers.
let's just do the ones that we have like interest in, because if we do all of these, we're gonna be here
forever.
all night. I'll let you pick the next one.
Good Beast Bane.
Let's try Beast Bane.
We used that one for a while, didn't we?
I think so. Long ago, in a faraway kingdom, there lived 3 brothers. The middle brother was a famous general who commanded a vast army. People everywhere were terrified of his troops, for they were most violent indeed.
This general loved to make war. He enjoyed nothing more than watching cities burn and corpses pile up, and he fought not to subjugate, but simply to destroy all that he could. His well-trained soldiers laid waste to towns, cities, and even nations for the sake of their general. As they hewed and hacked and chopped, the general would chuckle to himself in the most vulgar of tones.
The army marched on and on. Nations by the sea, nations in the mountain, nations in the deserts, nations in the tundra, nations to the east, nations to the west. The general cared not. He simply wished to watch it all burn. His orders were absolute, and for years, beyond counting, the soldiers killed and 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 killed and
I tried to beatbox a bit when you were repeating killed, but apparently the noise canceller was like, no.
You're so great. I love that. I love you.
Love you too. Okay. Oh, that's a long one.
Sure is.
After some time, the army arrived in a certain nation. They killed its soldiers. They killed its townspeople. They killed its princesses and princes and dukes and bakers and lawyers and accountants and beggars and thieves. Eventually, a shabby general came pleading for his life with tears in his eyes, but they killed him as well. However, the soldiers thought he seemed familiar and tried to recall how they might have known him. In that moment, however, the general's daughter appeared, and they became so engrossed in ending her life, they never thought about the matter again.
Oof. That's big downer energy.
I think they're going to all be Cheez.
Yeah. You know what? Let's like a virtuous contract. The Nier sword. Wait, no, that's the wrong story. You start.
Pod, relayed the following to command. Mission complete. Destruction of target verified. I will return to the bunker after recovering the remains. Over.
Pod, relay. Oh, wow. Ooh, already. Pod, relay the following to command. I've made contact with the operations target. No suspicious activity observed at present. I will continue monitoring the target. Over.
Pod, relay the following to command. I've investigated the target's observational records and found no hostile behavior. Requesting target re-examination and the temporary suspension of this operation.
Destruction of target verified. I make no apologies, for I promised I would not. Farewell. Not as much as of a downer, but very big implied sad. Next.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't I know what's going on there?
It's a big implication though.
Don't I know what's being implied there?
Eh,
You would know because it would be you who told me.
yeah. So anyway, what's next? What you wanna?
Let's go look at sunrise, actually.
You know what? Let's look at sunrise. Okay.
That's the Devil Queen. That's another one we used, though, isn't it?
Yes. In the distant past of a land known as the Golden Isle, there existed a sword crafted from every kind of metal and precious gem in the land. So sharp was its edge that even the slightest cut would leave an unsealable wound that eventually drained the victim of both their blood and life.
That's not how that works. In a strange turn of fate, the sword eventually ended up in the hands of a destitute woman who sold her body to get by. The sword was as long as she was tall, and she could not wield it effectively, so she instead slid it between her sheets as a surprise for the men who used her. The sword was so sharp they felt no pain when cut, and soon died without even knowing it was happening. The woman would then help herself to their coin, causing her own purse to swell.
Hell yeah.
That's not how that works.
Making use of her gains, the woman dressed most beautifully and soon had acquired every kind of metal and precious gem in the land. But it was not enough for her. So she decided to melt down the sword and obtain the gems contained within, a desire made manifest by the sword's beauty. Thus decided, the woman heaved the sword to her shoulders and made for the blacksmith.
But on the way to the smith, the sheer weight of the sword caused the woman to lose her balance, and she fell from a bridge into the river below. So unshakable was the woman's greed that she could not bring herself to relinquish her grip upon it. The woman's pale and bloodless corpse was found, washed up on the riverside the following day. That's how that works.
That is how that works. Alright, let's look at Devil Queen and then let's get going.
Alright.
You start.
Story takes place in a small country at around the same latitude as the northernmost member of a nation of city-states that are part of a region with a village that is attempting to establish a trade agreement with another village on a tiny island in the ocean south of the country that used to have an alliance with the Republic next to a kingdom where a queen resided.
It was asked by the owner of a shop frequented by a wet nurse who looked after the child born of an adulterous relationship by the wife of the master of a foolish servant who fell in love with a beautiful queen who appears in the poems of a minstrel who was loved by the country's king's wife's little brother's cousin's big brother's son-in-law's foster child.
Who wrote this in Italian? Jesus. It's okay. I've lived in Jersey. I can confirm they do that.
Yeah.
At least the Jersey ones do. Where does one store the throne? Where does one store the throne that was supposed to be adorned with decorations crafted from the materials of the handle of the lid of a pot that is the same weight as a tableware, that is on the same colour as a weather vane on a neighbouring house, that can be seen from the peephole of a door in the reflection of a mirror, with an ornamental frame decorated with silver carvings, engraved with the fragment that was made when creating the whetstone used to polish this kitchen knife?
Oh god. Oh, I'm so ready for the next. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm doing it. The person who had heard that question was the wife's husband's little sisters, big brothers, daughters, grooms, little brothers, nephews, fathers, mothers, husbands, brides, nieces, father-in-laws, wife's husbands, little sisters, big brothers, daughters, grooms, little brothers, nephews, fathers, mothers, husbands, brides, nieces, father-in-laws, wives, husbands, little sisters, big brothers, daughters, grooms, little brothers, nephews, fathers, mothers, husbands, brides, nieces, father-in-laws, wives, fathers, little sisters, big brothers, daughters, grooms, little brothers, nephews, fathers, mothers, husbands, brides, nieces, father-in-laws, wives, husbands, little sisters, big brothers, daughters, grooms, little brother, nephews, fathers. So what does that make us? Absolutely nothing.
I can't imagine how delightful that must have been in Japanese.
Oh, absolutely. So, we
Hold
picked.
on. I actually kind of want to try to see how much of that I can do in one breath.
Oh God. Oh, you know
I
what?
promise I'll keep it quick.
You know what? I'll take this moment to. I'll take this moment to do the fact to go to the bathroom as Infinity asked me to do. So
All right.
there. Have fun with this.
Cool. The person who heard that question was the wife's husband's little brothers, big brothers, daughters, grooms, little brothers, nephews, fathers, mothers, husbands, brides, nieces, fathers-in-laws, wives, husbands, little brothers, big brothers, daughters, grooms, little brothers, nephews, fathers, mothers, husbands, brides, nieces, father-in-laws, wives, husbands, little brothers, big sisters, little sisters, big brothers, daughters, grooms, little brothers, nephew, fathers, mothers, husbands, brides, nieces, father-in-laws, wife, fathers, little sisters, big brothers, daughters, groom, little brothers, nephews, fathers, mothers, husbands, brides, nieces, father-in-laws, wives, husbands, little sisters, big brothers.
You have fun?
I ran out.
Well, to be fair, you run out even if I scroll down one more.
No, I ran out of.
Breath.
I
Oh,
ran
okay.
out to read.
Okay.
I would have. I could have probably made the whole thing.
Well, I mean, like, it ends, like, with nothing. Anyway, hey, video game.
No, I want to take a moment to be proud of that. That was pretty good.
You know what? You should be proud of that. Like, I can tell you, I would not be able to do that.
I played flute for 14 years. I still
Oh, yeah,
sometimes
no, that would
do
definitely,
breathing exercises,
that would
but I
definitely
also
help
got
you.
lung damage in my car accident.
Oof.
Such an
So like
ominous
this,
sight.
it's
And
complicated.
yet I find it strangely nostalgic.
Yeah. This is where Vice and I first met. We first fought together.
Wow! This is where you used to live, Vice?
Well, yes, I suppose. In a technical sense.
Pretty nice digs for a floating magazine.
At least it was free from annoying hussies like yourself.
And you thought your family was weird. Da, 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 da. Anyway, hey, you want to know?
Sitcom intro, please.
You want to know how much of a hey, this is the end of the game this is?
Okay.
You cannot turn back from this point.
Oh. Okay.
It's a good thing I already did literally everything. So, let's go.
Thank you for doing
And
the hard
now
way so we
the
don't
path
have to.
is open.
You're welcome. All right, hallway. What do you expect is behind this door?
One moment. Behind that door, I expect is probably not another door.
It's a garden.
Nope, there's a door over there. Nope, that's a fountain.
So let's take a moment to like walk around, because I think there is something that I have to pick up here. I don't think I can enter through there at all. No. So there's nothing there. There's nothing that I passed by. Okay. There's nothing weird to look at. Oh, there's boxes. Okay, never mind. Okay. Everything looks oh, there's a box right there. Boxes. Ooh!
More boxes. Hey.
Weapon. Two-handed sword, phoenix sword. Can't upgrade that right now. But you know, such is life. Let's keep going. Now, I don't know about you, but something seems a little off.
I don't know what you're talking about. Looks fine. There's beds.
Were there two? Were there two last time?
Of course they were.
You know what? Maybe I went through the door coming up from the wrong stairs. So let's see if this changes things. Okay.
Okay. Alright. It's the next room. Like, this is a long series of gardens.
It sure is. And they look exactly alike. And they have the same two birds. Interesting.
Okay.
And the same
All
statue's
right.
broken.
Okay, hold on. Is it just me, or are we looping around the same path over and over?
What do you mean?
I think he means we're stuck.
There must be an escape route somewhere.
I don't know, man. I mean, this looks pretty airtight. If you got any better ideas, I'd love to hear them.
Alright, well, don't... Stay in here. Stay in here this time.
Uh-huh.
Go talk to the beds.
You think I gotta talk to the birds?
Go talk to the beds.
Alright. It's interesting that you suggest this. What's your reasoning? What do you think is up with the birds?
Usually, most things that can be interacted with that are objects have a big old arrow over them, and I don't think there's been much hiding puzzle stuff. Beds are, those beds, they're looking kind of sus.
Oh, really? They're looking sus?
Yeah, because they're not marked, they're alive. Actually, now they're marked, so yeah.
Does the true voice
There we go.
speak? To whom does the true form show itself? You must answer.
It can talk!
I ask, why did humans disappear from the world?
The hell is this?
I believe this is some manner of password.
Password?
Yes.
Well, the answer, I
Correct
think.
answer should grant us access to the castle. I feel confident I've heard this somewhere before. To whom does the true voice speak? To whom does the true form show itself? I ask, why did humans disappear from the world? You must answer.
Because their lives are short, or because of a black disease? What do you think?
It's the black disease. It's the super weapon disease thing.
Super weapon? I don't know what you're talking about.
I answer because of a black disease.
I ask, how can humans extend their lives?
By acquiring leaves of the sacred tree, or by separating body from soul? What do you think?
Let's go transhumanism, separating body from soul.
I answer by separating body from soul.
I ask, what is the destination of souls?
Oh, getting real deep with this one. They are placed in their corresponding shells, or they are in the promised land bursting with light.
Placed in their corresponding shells.
I answer, they are placed in their corresponding shells.
Very well. You are acknowledged as master. You may enter.
Well then, it seems the way is open.
I suppose it liked my answers.
Were you guessing, or have you been slightly spoiled?
I knew from the Automata that it was a disease that wiped out humanity.
It has nothing to do with the super weapon, though. It was just a thing that happened.
No, I thought it was like a biological super weapon.
No, the biological super weapon is Emil. Oh, hi.
Well, no, Emil's a different thing, though. Oh no, I answered all
It's
of
the
those.
twig
Actually,
from your
you know
village.
I just answered them intentionally,
Popa,
earnestly.
Devila, what are you doing
What
here?
are they doing here?
Let's find out.
Hey, any chance you'll just go back to the village? This is a very dangerous place. Even if you can find Yona here, you probably can't get her out.
How did you get here?
Shh. We're asking the questions right now.
We're here to rescue Yona. What are you two doing here? They're right. Let's just get back to the village. Well, I mean, we're here to rescue
We're
Yona.
here to rescue Yona.
We're here to rescue Yona.
No dice, huh? Well, I guess we don't have a choice then. No, I suppose not. How sad.
Are you gonna wave your fucking Sailor Moon stick at me? We've got 2 Sailor Moon sticks. Piss
We
off.
didn't want to fight you. We really didn't want to.
So it's
No,
funny. It's
I
funny you
didn't
say
want to
Sailor Moon
either.
sticks because
What's happening?
Sorry, but this fate was predetermined.
Whoa.
Still, we spoke to truth. We really wanted to avoid this if possible. We were hoping to put it off for 100 years or so. Until the next generation came along.
What are you talking about?
Are they shades?
I don't think so.
It's a lie. I don't believe it.
so yeah, they got like
Dude,
legit
yeah.
magic.
They did. You're also resoundingly kicking their asses.
Yes. I will hydrate in just a moment and eat a snack as well because I'm quite a little bit dizzy right now.
We never thought
Oh,
we'd
did
grow
you
to be
set
this
up
powerful.
your words?
This is mad.
Yes.
Why do you
Why?
block
Like,
our
look at the
path?
magic bar. Look at
You
how
have
little
no
this much
cause to
is.
speak
All
so
this is
little
taking.
to more vice.
Yeah.
You are a
Yeah, I
traitor.
found some good words.
Appreciate it.
Oh, frick. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's the end of that. Snack first, while this is happening.
What now?
Oh, they're killing lights. How did I do that?
They copied my
Oh.
powers.
Well, that's
That's
not
not
quite
good.
as
Shit
bad.
on a shingle. They can use the sealed verses.
Of course we
Oh.
can. The power came from us in the first place.
Oh,
You
frick.
were simply loaned a small portion of it.
Vice, are you all right?
Devila, Popa, why are you guys doing this? Why are you siding with the Shades?
It's a good question.
I don't think they're siding with the Shades.
What do you think is happening right now? Like with them?
I think that they genuinely want the shades beat, but I think that even more than that, they are beholden to some obligation. They are not in charge here. They are not in charge here. Something has been at play for a very long time, and Nier happens to be the one who's coming along to throw a wrench in the works.
You think there might be someone above the Shadow Lord?
There's definitely someone above these two, and I'm not sure they are related to the Shadow. That person is related to the Shadow Lord. I don't think. I don't think that I don't think that the connection between these two and the Shadow Lord are very close. I believe that there's a connection, but I don't think it's very close.
Okay.
Why?
The answer to every riddle lies within the heart of the Shadow Lord.
Shadow Lord.
No.
So you've
Oh,
been
did
on
you?
his side this whole time?
You must search for that answer yourself. You've got to face your own truth now. Please, enter the Shadow Lord's castle.
So they are the god of the Shadow. Well, I think no, because they didn't fight to the death.
Yeah, no, this was not.
I
like
think
a
they
to
were
the death.
trying to prevent this from. Yeah, no, I definitely think the Shadow Lord is not the top of the food chain.
Yes.
Yes, they do seem to be putting us through
Thank
a
you for
great
coming
deal.
by,
Hi, Connor.
Trons. Very glad to have you around.
You okay, Vice?
How odd. For long years, my mind and tongue have been my greatest assets.
Oh, no, they're going. Okay.
Oh,
Because they were like, I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Do not look at me
Yes.
like that. I am Grimoire Weiss. I am perfectly...
that's not good.
I think he'll be fine.
Actually, I'd say that's very bad. You rub those eggs on him.
You know what? Let's take a look real quick. Okay, so magic's still good. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just himself is not exactly okay.
Still very bad.
Yeah, that's still pretty bad.
So there's ghosts.
There's ghosts, indeed.
Oh, this is Hotel California.
You can
Certainly
never
is a
leave.
grand affair.
Well, no, because they are ghosts. One of the interpretations
Oh,
of Hotel
fuck.
California is
Okay,
that it's a
alright,
haunted mansion.
Okay, one of them.
Or a haunted
okay,
hotel.
They're attacking now.
I think we're locked in.
I don't think they
It's
like.
not like I was planning
Did they
to
just
leave.
not like the Eagles?
I guess
it's a
not.
bit late for that.
It's a shame. They're a good band.
Wasn't one of the interpretations of Hotel California that it's about cocaine?
Yes. There's also an interpretation that it's about a satanic cult.
Whatever it is, you can never leave.
Yes. No, I think, if I remember correctly, Eagle left that very open-ended and refused to give an answer.
All I really remember, other than Hotel California sounding very good, is a meme, like, comic. It's just a dude going up to the Hotel California. It's like, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. And then he looks at the guy behind the desk, and he's like, such a lovely face. It's a very simple joke, but it's nice. Whoa, ooh. Oh, okay.
Are you sure the spinny's the best? Are you
I
sure
mean,
you might
it's-
not want to
I mean,
like
it's
use
working.
projectiles to tap fist them?
Well, I mean, I'm getting them.
No, they are dying. I would give you that. I suppose the thing about spin wings that it damages a lot of them a little bit.
Yeah.
So they die closer in time to each other, but they take much longer to kill.
Yes. It sacrifices a lot of like big, short magic damage for long, little magic damage.
Yeah, it's a point AoE chip damage instead of big AoE chip damage instead of, you know. They going to be okay? Like, that's these people, isn't it? Yeah, are they going to be okay?
I think they're fine. Well, I mean, the ones that are like actually ghosts, maybe. But that's the thing.
I think they're all going to be these things. Or that thing, I guess, too.
But here's the question: were they in disguise, or were they are the ghosts the shades all along?
But, or if you want my real spicy bold take,
Ooh, hit me with that.
you remember the village? Where the people turn into shades.
Oh, the one where it's like, oh man, don't fucking trust Linda. She's totally a shade.
Yeah. I don't believe they were always shades.
Okay. Maybe what that scene was trying to say is that shades were originally transphobes, and they got turned into a more monstrous form to match how they look, how they are on the inside.
I was not shitposting actually. I believe that they were not always shades. I think that there is a magical a way in which things can be in circumstances in which people become shades. Something like, you know, related with disease.
I'm sure we'll get the answer at some point.
Do we get the answer?
Damn it! They won't stop coming!
I'll say yes. I will not say when though.
That's all I wanted was a yes or no.
Yes, I'll say yes, but the answer, but when it's coming, you know, you'll find out. I think tonight.
Right. Protect the hussy, yes? Good plan. Let's go.
Oh, yes. Protect the hussy. Good plan.
Okay, where is she?
Okay.
Where is she right now? Oh, she's at the door. Okay.
Kaine! Hurry!
It's not open yet? Do I look like a goddamn locksmith to you?
No. God, Jesus.
Is there a source to those?
Yes, it's
Yeah, it's those
it's
things.
like those flyboys.
You should
God.
prioritize them. You should just prioritize
There's
everything,
a lot
actually.
of stuff happening.
You're doing fine.
I hope. There's no like help bar on her.
It's just Devil May Toho.
I played Toho like on stream the other day. Considering it was like the first
I've
time
never
in
played
like,
it before.
oh man, ooh. The last time I played it for real was like almost 9 years ago, and none of like my muscle memory was there.
None. Which one did you play recently?
It was 2 on stream. It was 6 and 8. 6 because you know it's the one that like it's the one that
It's
a lot
the
of people
one.
play. Yeah, that's the.
It's. I believe it's also the first one that was on Windows.
The one that like, you know, the first one that like Zune himself is like, no, this is the canon story.
Yeah. Perfect Cherry Blossom?
No, that's I wanna
Embodiment of Scarlet Devil.
Scarlet Devil, yes.
Yes.
And I actually played 8 first, Imperishable Night. That's the very first one I ever played when I was but a wee college student. And funnily enough, I told my friend, like, oh hey, yeah, that's the first one I ever played, Imperishable Night. And they were like, oh, Imperishable Night's good. It's also one of the easiest ones. And I was like, oh, that explains why I was able to, like, you know, play the game. Okay, I need to, like, actually kill these dudes. Are you freaking me?
No, you
I
idiots, what are you
played-
doing?
I played,
Fine. I'll just break it down.
Stop, you impatient
I
fool.
played 6 first, I think. Yes. Yeah, I either played Perfect Chain Blossom or Scarlet Devil first. I suffered considerably, even though it was only at 12 frames per second.
Okay, there we go. Finally.
Goddamn no good bullshit bastard! Open the fuck up already! Ugh! Got it.
Kylie, look out!
Yeah, she's back. She's been
Balls.
back. Canons.
Huh?
Yeah, balls. Oh fuck, the balls were looking at her.
Yeah. Balls of the pen.
Are they laughing?
These things are freaking me out.
Yeah, no, she's fine. When Emil got turned into a skeleton, he got a bunch of magic powers, including being able to turn her back to normal.
We need to help Kaine.
I'm on my way. Let me just really quick get rid of these boys. Don't... Oh, ooh, camera, plant.
Right, one timing.
Oh my god, dude. Come on. Okay, I just have to hit the button next to her.
You okay?
Yeah. Well, we got problems.
Okay, the priest.
He's doing something with the balls.
Oh fuck, the onion priest. Oh fuck, his stomach there. Is he going to become the onion knight? Is he going to become Celebi?
No, he becomes a
Very
pig.
big one. No, no, pig.
Good old
Okay.
Boar, the very first super difficult enemy of the game.
We don't need forgiveness, asshole.
Kaine?
It's a little weird. Like Kaine was just kind of talking to herself. Whoa.
That was considerable. Jesus.
How should I know?
Kaine, are you all right?
I'm fine.
Yeah,
Let's
this is
just kill some shit
This is
and
just
move
Pumbaa
on,
but
alright?
evil. Exactly, Vid. Okay. I'm not
Seems
taking
to
that much
lose some
damage.
control when it charges.
Damn it!
Damn shit.
Oh, he's stinky.
Oh dear.
Oh, fuck. Armored Pumbaa.
He's got a friend. You might want Iron Will.
He's taking the same amount of damage as the other one. I just have to strike him at his belly. Like an alligator.
He's staring down like a chump.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
What? Sure.
This thing?
Okay.
Oh, God, he's stinky again.
Fog. Oh no.
We can't stop now. Damn it.
focused, Kaine. Don't fall victim to such distractions.
Come on! We have to keep going! Let's go!
Oh, he's just going to keep getting back up.
I think so. Just keep on stinking.
This way! Move!
Oh, it's okay.
You have to go.
Alright, okay, we just gotta go. Keep on moving.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not going to die.
Oh god, there's boxes. Oh, there's a weapon. It's the Dragoon Lance.
Too
Oh,
bad it's level 1.
Is it literally what I'm thinking? Because there was one in Nier. Yeah, it is. It's the one from Nier Automata.
Fucking great.
Literally just a lance.
Hold on, what's the... Wait. Let me read the description real quick.
Dragoon Lance. A spear that symbolizes a pact between a
Symbolized
great
by
warlord
Great
and
Warlord
an ancient dragon.
Ancient Dragon. Very cool.
Up here!
Is there, okay, there's nothing that I can see that we gotta get. Yeah. Oh, no.
How can we deal with this?
No, boxes. No.
Please, hurry!
They hide there. And
Fucking. Oh, that's an instant kill. Excellent.
an instant kill. Don't let that happen again in this space.
I also did not know.
So I think this might be the next time you've died on stream, actually.
No, on screen? No, definitely not. The first stream, the one that you have to leave early from,
Okay.
I definitely died, like,
Up here!
fighting.
That doesn't count then.
It doesn't count. It
'Cause I
only
wasn't
counts if
there.
you've seen it.
Yeah, on stream is that better?
How can we deal with
Yeah, you died a couple times to the squid.
Yes.
Please, hurry!
Can I also cut those out because it was a secret boss?
Yeah, I guess.
Cool. You haven't died on the main game content that I have seen before now. Congratulations on the death there.
I know I shouldn't be stopping to. Oh god. I shouldn't be stopping, but I keep thinking like, oh, what if there is a weapon? Yeah, that was actually kind of scary.
You know what it reminded me of?
Damn it, I can't get it open.
There is a spiral staircase segment in an old PS1 JRPG titled Threads of Fate, or New Prism in Japan.
I think you've talked about Threads of Fate before, not about the spiral staircase, but about the game
I've
before.
mentioned it.
Locked too!
It seems we are in a bit of a predicament.
Yonka did some fan out of it a while back, and the original, like, I believe, writer for the game liked it and tweeted it, or at least liked it.
That's really cool.
She was very happy, and I was too. That was really exciting.
Yeah. It's like the voice actor of Kazuma Kiryu of the Yakuza series liking a tweet by Kiryu Koko, VTuber.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, something's happening.
You're succumbing
Succumbing to the pig.
to the pig, the musk. Boar musk, musky boar.
Oh!
What? Oh my god.
朝程度と地いるとって
手槌汗より切った夫だあらテルアと試練地無責4イラコク
Oh yeah, Kanans, you missed a lot with these guys. We had to avenge the king's wife because a shade wolf killed her.
カイザム特キロだろ
You are correct.
And there was also confirmation that Emil is gay in that scene.
フル割り割りポテトスなんか失禁で
But
Get going.
そんなして切り声いたり
Yeah, Emil's straight up gay. Yeah. It was implied in the original game, but only barely. But in this one, they kind of just imply it way harder to a point where it's like you can't ignore it. You get two more.
The specific scene went somebody oh, scene.
King, no!
No.
I think he'll be fine.
No! Open the door! You can't fight that thing on your own!
ゆくくおたおきアルタビエト来るとこっちいる勝てケイタルイトエチケロアルテリアだせ
ギウジー
各石技師
真鍮カレルタカイザンテラス
なんだあらたてウラーヌペルアトチ
ウラーヌカイザントッチ
Open the damn door!
Knock it off already. Let's go.
Kaine.
He's fighting for you. And for Fira. Don't let him die for nothing.
My friend.
How you holding up, Zen?
Come on, let's go.
Sounded like you were getting quite emotional.
Yeah, he's a good lad, and he's going to die.
I think he'll be fine.
He's going to die. Anyways, for Kanans, the way it was done was there was a bunch of like, you know, increasingly less subtle drops about Emil's sexuality, and then it caps off with Nier at one point being like, no, so it was the king was getting married, and it was all big and exciting, and Emil was like, oh, I'm jealous, and Nier's like, oh, you'll get a bride too someday, and Emil's like, yeah, bride, haha, sad face.
But in the new game, in this one, it's like, oh man, I wish I was Fyra in that scene. And Nier was like, oh, you mean you wish you were the king? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yes, it's very over it.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh god, another one. I know these are not looping, considering. Look at the store. The store looks very nice.
Yes. I think it's a great way to review to do it in this setting, because you know, definitely don't want to be gay in a setting where babies need to be born.
Sexuality is not exactly important, except to those who are doing something with it. In this universe, rather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, let's continue.
Well, I mean, I still understand Emil's fear.
Yes. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Devila! Popola!
Oh, look. You made it. We've been waiting for so long.
Why are you doing this?
It began 1,300 years ago. Humanity,
A long time.
finding itself on the brink of extinction, undertook a last-ditch rescue plan called Project Gestalt.
Gestalt?
Do you still not remember, Grimoire Weiss? Then let's give you a refresher.
Whoa, yeah, whoa, whoa.
Ew.
We'll have to look at them. What did they do to him? They straight up just took back the powers that they apparently gave him. Even though I could still use them, but you know.
Vice! My mind. I remember. Devila. Popola. You are not human. In fact. Oh no.
Yeah, sometimes the truth can be a real bitch. You want to finish that thought for him, sister? All of us, every person standing in this room, are mere shells created by the true humans.
What are you saying?
You still don't get it? You aren't human.
So then humans, I mean, the true humans, are extinct?
No. They still live on. You know them as shades.
Okay.
No, it's
So
still.
I was right then.
No, it's still going. It's still going.
Okay.
Each shade is a twisted remnant of what was once a human being.
Crazy, huh? Now let's skip the part where you stand there with your mouths agape and just get down to business.
Wait.
Sorry, but we're gonna be needing that shell of yours. The rightful owner has been waiting for a very long time. Please don't be angry with us. We are only doing our duty. Our endless existences have a single purpose: to control the lives of others in accordance with the will of the true humans. You have your own motives, your own desires. And we have ours. I fear it really is just that simple.
Don't speak such foolishness.
Sorry.
Okay. Cool. I want to do one of these.
But there's someone above them.
You and us, we're the same. Tools in the hands of a master.
No. I'm nothing like you.
Saying the moon one has a lot of knockback.
Yes. Nope. This is like one of the best songs in the game.
We're just absolutely wiping the floor with them.
Oh god, the music actually stops if you pause the game. Sometimes it doesn't, but this time it's like legit. Also, Kanans, you were valid in thinking of Velvet Crow. I feel like if Beck were watching, she would say the same. Anyway, there's one.
Devila! Popola, are you crying? No! Don't die!
Don't attack
You know,
me.
Popola, I understand now why we're twins. It's because we were born without souls. Devila, I can't stop the bleeding. Oh god, I can't stop it. This world is too lonely for one without a soul. There's too much emptiness. Our souls are missing.
And yet somehow our tears still work. It's kind of weird. Sorry, sis. I love you. Devil! Devil! Don't you go! No, no, I can't be alone! Devil!
So, you kind of attacked us first.
Let's stop this now.
Stop? Stop? Now you want to stop? You think you have the luxury to stop? You cut down my sister like a goddamn animal and now you want to
Oh,
stop?
nope, you're going to die.
Wobble away!
You know, I'd have let you go if you didn't hit me with the how could you kind of
It's way
shit.
too late to stop! No one stops!
No. Oh, you stop. Soon.
Please, don't do this, Popola! You and Devil were like parents to me!
Those two have watched the world wither for time immemorial. The cruelness of such a fate is difficult to imagine.
I don't want to do this! I don't want to fight her!
Stop bitching and start fighting. It's the only way.
That's the wrong one. God, and like the song that's playing right now is the one that Devil would play, like when she was being a bard.
That's of course it is.
I'm sorry, you gotta stop. I'm sorry, girl.
No stopping. No stopping ever!
The bridge!
Blast! We're trapped.
I've got an idea!
I fear we're done for.
It'll be all right. You know, when I was young, I hated my eyes. And now that I'm older, I hate what my body has become. But there's something else there now. Something like pride, you know? I mean,
Camille, this is great.
without all this, I couldn't have become your friend. Goodbye, my friends. Thank you for everything.
Emil!
For so long, all I could do was destroy. But now, I have a chance to save something.
No!
Now get going, okay?
Emil!
Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine.
Really, you are just like holding
Emil!
that shield against
Emil!
her.
Emil! You jackass, get back here!
Oh dear. Kaine's so unstable, and Vice can't stop arguing with people. I hope they can hold it together once I'm gone. Well, I guess they'll just have to learn. I want to see you again. I want to see all of you again. Just one more time. I'm scared. I don't want to die.
Oh.
Bro, I am straight up not having a good time right now. Never gets any easier seeing that scene. Old game, new game.
Why are you wearing that cape?
I think that's just his skin.
No, he's got a cape behind him.
I think that's his skin, kind of.
Skin cape?
A little bit.
Let's go.
So what do you think was going on there?
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, I don't know if we're gonna see tonight because... So hey, before we go, let's take a look at those documents that we got. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff. The letter from Yona, don't try so hard. Worried about you, you spend all... Okay, now these are like old stuff that we've actually looked at. Let's take a look at Project Gestalt reports. Project Gestalt Report 0923. As noted in the previous report, implementation of Gestalt mode can prevent the white chlorination syndrome we recently experienced. Transfer of bodily information to civilization repressed replicants is proceeding as planned, with the genes of the originals safely stored inside. Our role as surveillance androids to prepare for the incurable bacterial disease eventually dies out is also underway. So far, this is proceeding without issue. Observer 21, codename Popola.
Okay.
Project Gestalt 9182. This document... Okay, the big vehicle making noise outside. This document discusses potential strategies for the relapse cases we have observed in the recent years. The term relapse, of course, refers to the catastrophic loss of sentience seen in certain gestalts. This syndrome has defied even our most pessimistic initial estimates and continues to trend upward with disturbing speed. With some relapsed gestalts beginning to attack replicants, there is an urgent need to take comprehensive action. We remain convinced that an unknown technological defect in the Gestalt transformation process is responsible for the condition, but so far we have been unable to confirm this theory. Research of this condition is now our top priority and looks likely to continue for some time. Observer 22, codename Devla.
Okay.
Project Gestalt 10432. Shorthand minutes of Case 23, Emergency Response Conference. Committee Special Meeting. Issue: Observed upward trend in relapses, noted and discussed. Issue: Acceleration of restoration schedule, approved. Report: Debate over using codename Noir for human restoration schedule. Report: Preparations to launch Vice, decoding system for above. Report: Ordering collection of guidance and release code for Nier alongside Vice launch. And both observers, Devil and Popol over here. Project Gestalt Report 11242. Does that look familiar?
Uh-huh.
We have determined that the rise of relapses was due to an unexpected spike in the sentience of replicants, as well as a genetic instability within the original Gestalt. It seems the original's effect on bodies that have undergone the Gestalt process was not anticipated in advance. Immediate action must be undertaken to identify the links between this trend and the original Gestalt, along with its sister, the relapsed case known as Yona. The observer contact group is growing uneasy, so finding a solution to the relapse issue should be considered a top priority. See other reports for more details. So as it turns out, I'm just going to say it because this is incredibly vague information. The Nier and Yona, do you remember the very beginning of the game when you're in fucking cold-ass Tokyo?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was not the Nier and Yona that we're playing as. That was the Nier and Yona that eventually became the Shadow Lord and whatever Shade person is. Shade Yona is. Because we don't see her.
Okay. Alright, I have some questions that involve some heavy Nier Automata spoilers.
I have some answers.
Do we want to...
we can. It's
that I will let the stream know that I am going to be doing some heavy spoilers if they want to mute the chat for mute the stream for a moment.
Yes.
We'll
you know what?
Go through the
you know
door
what?
when...
You know what? When you see the bunger on screen, that means spoilers is happening. So, you know,
okay, spoilers
for Nier Automata is happening. So continue at your own risk. Okay, so what are your questions?
So now first I need you to remind me. The plot of Adam and Eve in the Automata was essentially the robots are aliens, but the aliens are humans, and the humans were here all along, but there are no humans, but there's implied other things. Does this mean that, like, humanity as a whole is actually a seeding project done by another further-reaching force?
Zenotia, in Nier Automata, the humans are just dead, and there's no, and like, the androids
the humans are dead, but Adam and Eve were all like, we're the real humans.
Well, no, they don't make any, no, they don't make any claim to be human. They just, you know, they're machines, they're alien machines, but you know, the machines have been observing, like, the Yorha androids enough so that they can just kind of perfectly replicate them.
Okay. Alright. So we're going to so does this I suppose at this point the question is, does this game ever address the fact that there are aliens?
No.
When do we address that there are aliens?
Good question. As you may know, Yoko Taro is a fucking, like, hyper weird writer to the point where big canonical story material is not in other games on other consoles, like a Kingdom
No,
Hearts.
they're like in
No.
stage shows.
They're in
and,
stage
and
shows
audio
and
books
novels and audio dramas and various comic books. Manga, I think, but actual maybe for real comic books. But yeah, no. In one of them, aliens are discussed.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, we can unbunga.
You don't have any other questions?
No, I think I'm good at that point. That was just a point I wanted clarified.
All right. But yeah, no. The Adam and Eve, their whole deal, like the dudes themselves, they just wanted to, you know, hang out and like pretend to be human, even though they know that they're not.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Oh, good, more of this. Oh, whoa, more of this. Away from me.
So I wasn't completely wrong. Something does turn people into shades.
It's less of a something turns them into shades and more that like more time spent outside of like a physical body is what makes them turn into shades. Because remember, they're the human souls outside of a human body.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
More of this. Cool.
But hey, at least
You know what? I might as well. Let's look at the biggest, fattest attack. So 213, 217, 221, 271, 255, 313, 283, 346, 313, 570, 475, 659.
There we go.
807.
Oh.
686.
That's for the damage.
841.
841.
715. 730. 400. 860. 999. But it is also very light and gives no magic power. But you know what? I kind of want to just go. I just kind of want to get this done.
I would imagine if Blender on, you actually want something that gives a ton of magic damage.
Yeah, but I'm already done.
That's fair.
Nope, that's this one. Oh, it just goes. Oh, it's just only one-handed swords. Huh. I didn't know that. Anyway, let's go back to. Which one's the one? It's not Usurper. Sunrise.
We were using Sunrise for a while. We can switch to something else.
But like, what was I using? Was it? It wasn't Transience.
Transience was one we used for a long time. What's it looking like now?
Okay, that's Sunrise. Transience looks like this. You know, just normal spear. But it's also
I was looking at its stats.
368 is the attack.
Not good anymore.
Yeah.
We used it for a long time though.
Was it Spear the? I could use Spear the Usurper. No, not Devil Queen.
Usurper gave 70%.
But you know
80%.
what? You know what? Phoenix Spear 721 and 80%, and it's only a moderate
weight.
Yeah. Yeah. This
Very
is
nice.
This
Go
is
pick up those items.
This is probably the most balanced spear. And now it
Does
makes
good
sense
damage
why
there.
some of them are carrying like used coloring books.
It does.
Yona!
Those are the wings that I saw.
Yes. It's not a cape, it's wings.
It's definitely not skin though.
I mean, it can be.
Depending on your usage of skin.
I mean, Sylveon has ribbons that are skin.
This ends here.
Strike hard.
Skibbins.
Nothing back.
Skins.
Oh no, you're fighting Noir.
Fighting Noir right now. Oh, okay, he's doing the charging thing.
Two hope to stand against the Shadow Lord.
Don't speak in such a manner, fool. I am nothing like you.
Strength capsule. Oh, fucking Jesus! All it took was a strength capsule. It was already done.
Be careful!
Whoa!
I know.
No pomp and circumstance for destroying the evil book.
It's cool though.
It is pretty cool. He's just using my moves, but in a different way. This is very Final Battle-esque. Like, the big bad's using my moves, and
Vice.
and is like jumping all over the place.
I am as fit as a fit.
Welcome back to the party, beautiful. Hello, Infinity. Infinity, I'm a little busy right now. Can't just spam all this right now. I'm like
Yes, he can.
overwhelmingly busy. Okay, hold on. Real quick. There, I can hydrate. Technically, Infinity...
I can eat a snack on your behalf.
You know what? No, I still have a snack. I can just do this right now. Although you should, definitely. Also, break time is actually going to be coming up soon because we're near the end of this game. We're going to hit credits soon. Wait. Alright.
Good night, Kanons.
Good night, Kanons. Thank you for sticking by for the song.
Thank you for coming by.
To hang out.
I am sorry that you have to sleep.
That's what living in the UK is like.
Brother?
Sleep tight.
Yona.
Just stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't need someone else's body. I don't want it. There's another girl inside this body. I can hear her. She won't stop crying. She says she wants to see her brother.
Yona's been possessed?
This girl loves her brother too. Just
Thanks,
as much
Captain
as I
Obvious.
do.
It's not even that she's been possessed. It's that, like,
It's not right
the
that she
original
can't
soul is
see
now
her.
in the body and doesn't like being in there.
Right.
There's Infinity. There's like
It's you,
3 different
isn't it?
incorrect parts in your statement.
Yes, it's me. Let's go home.
You okay?
No, he's not gonna do anything that bad. Don't worry.
I'm really sorry. I don't know what to. I'm so very sorry. No matter what. Just know that I love you.
The only soul to have been like to have actually passed on,
Hurry. The shade that possessed her
at
is
least
gone.
peacefully.
So all the people in this game are in fact people.
Yeah. But they didn't go peacefully.
Kaine, watch over Yona for me. You want me to understand your sadness? You think I'm gonna sympathize with you? I swore to protect my sister and my friends. If someone puts them in danger, they must stand aside or be cut down. Now come on, let's finish this.
I feel like that would come across as like way better if the dad said that instead of the little brother, the older brother.
Vice, what's wrong?
I think it would have been more poignant.
Yes.
You're freaking me out here, Vice.
What are you doing? Come so. Just do it. Strike the killing blow.
Anyway, real quick, Infinity to. Okay, never mind.
One moment, please.
You okay?
Fine, just fine. Alright, no, I'm not.
Vice.
Oh.
It seems some headstrong idiot has decided to push me beyond my limits.
I didn't even touch you once in that part of the fight.
Cookbook when I had the chance.
Vice, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Only joking. I hate cookbooks.
But
let's go. Out of the way. I have one final task to fulfill.
where are you going?
Why, to stop him, of course. But after that, it's up to you. Only you can see this battle to its conclusion. I wish you luck, my friend.
You can't. I swore I'd always fight by your side.
You are an exceedingly stubborn lad. You know that, yes? Perhaps that's why I've so enjoyed our time together. But I fear this is where our journey ends.
Vice!
Oh, and remember what I told you about using my full name? Well, forget it. I've grown rather fond of Vice.
Vice. I knew you'd come around.
Don't let it go to your head now.
I didn't get to read the
Something to defend.
text.
I have a reason to live.
Wait, which text?
Well, the text that splashed onto the screen after Weiss went.
Oh, yeah.
As Weiss went charging in.
Grimoire Vice lost all his powers, yes.
Okay.
Shut up.
And that's it. That's the game, everybody.
Well, yeah, you got what you wanted.
Oh God, no.
Oh, please, the girl is fine.
Vice? Where are you? Are you okay?
I am as well as can be, considering I have lost my physical form. Doubtless my voice will be the next to go, so listen closely. Your sister is safe. Do not mourn her, and do not give up hope. Instead, you must call her back to you.
How?
Use your memories. Present her with proof that the two of you live still, and that your lives have meaning.
Oh.
I don't know.
Typical. But take heart. I know you can do it.
What's my favorite food? Cookies. What's my favorite book? That's my magic storybook. What's my favorite place? Home with you. What's my favorite flower? The lunar tear, of course. Okay, one more question. Who do I love more than anyone?
We are Nier, yes?
That is us.
That is us.
Is that you? Is this my body?
Yes, Yona. It's yours and yours alone.
You look bigger than before. Like you've grown up.
Yeah. I guess you haven't seen me for a while.
Have I been asleep this whole time?
Uh-oh.
Something like that.
It's almost like I'm a princess from some fairy tale.
Oh, Yona. I'm so happy to have you back.
Me too.
Kaine.
You and your sister. You have a good life, okay?
Where are you gonna go?
Guess I'll...
You could stay with us, you know.
Thanks, but I'll pass. You know how it is. I got my own shit to take care of.
What do you mean?
Personal shit, alright? Anyway, take it easy, yeah?
Kaine.
Hey, look. It's beautiful. For the longest time, I heard someone telling me how they wanted to see the light. And now, they can finally see it.
Well then. No? Is it Groundhog Day?
Thank you. I love it. It's so sunny today.
Yeah, it sure is.
We did it, everybody. That's Nier Replicant. Oh, totally. That's the whole entire game. We did it. We played the entire game with nothing.
Credits are in alphabetical
nothing
order.
more new to do. What's that?
The credits in alphabetical order,
They sure are.
as opposed to by department.
Anyway, to expound upon the thing that I said, Infinity, why does Homeboy look like Teenage Ryuji from Metal Gear? There's 3 different things that's wrong, incorrect about that. First of all, he's 21 years old. Second of all, you never see Raiden from Metal Gear as a teenager, except for like in a flashback. And third of all, his name's Raiden, not Ryuji. But you know what? You did switch ADHD meds today. So you're full. No, his name is Jack. You're right. You're right, Max.
Alright, that was good.
That was good. Sure is a shame
That's the
that
whole game. There's nothing more.
that's the whole entire game.
The whole last game.
The Nier Automata is the very first game to have branching narratives, the ones where you play the game over again. This one does not have that at all whatsoever. So you may as well leave right now. and then come back because, you know, we miss you. We want to hang out with you a little bit more. You could also just listen to this nice song with us.
It's a nice piece.
Oh, that's sneaky. Did you see who was in there? Oh, there's another one. So, Kyle McCarley and Kira Buckland are voice actors from Nier Automata, and they came back for this game, but it doesn't say who they are. It's just, you know, question marks. So, you have to find out for yourself who they are. You know what? I'm gonna spoil it for myself and look up who they play.
Will I have time to go grab a bag of chips before nothing else happens?
Yeah, I think you can do that.
Okay. I'm just worried about missing the nothing that's going to happen.
The absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Excuse me. You know what? You are Oda Bunger Infinity. Yeah.
Right, I'm back.
You literally came back just as the credits finished.
I sure did.
How the frick do you do that? Anyway. Nice. A little flower with an A on it, which means totally nothing at all. Ending B. Load to clear data after completing the game to experience Kaine's story. Oh. Interesting. You can now read a departed mother's diary in your house. Ooh. Wardrobe has been added to the options menu. New outfits can be attained during progressing through a departed mother's diary. Ooh. Changed music has been added to the game settings section of the options menu. Ooh.
Pretty cool.
So let's see all the nothing that's changed about this game.
Bungle.
Go on.
I had to turn off Bunger because Infinity wanted one more Bunger.
Don't actually do that one.
God, come on. Why do you do this? And now the game starts from here.
With Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway...
Kaine's dreams, discrimination. Ooh, oh, here you go.
Sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified the sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly towards the wooden, hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the beat turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped from the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on. The child felt a light breeze and watched as the weather vane slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, finally settled with the beak pointing firmly toward the east. East? Really? Before the vane could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The fierce blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yo-ho! Kaine! The voice belonged to Demo, the worst of all the bullies in the area. Kaine struggled to stand. A final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to the sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated, and, if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave, he can't hurt me. He can't hurt me, he can't hurt. Oh look, the little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were ghosts, if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. A failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leery gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upwards. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Show me. No. Did you just say no? Demo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention away from Kaine, he called to his cohorts. Come on, guys, let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Demo paused, still grinning, as Kaine curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kaine was shocked to see Demo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling up from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves, as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. The young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was wrapped in the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll go worse than a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crept down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Ow! He screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it! What are you doing? Quit whining! Ain't no one ever died from a scratch. Hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch! A big one! That thing couldn't kill me! The old woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid. Demo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking eyes on Kaine, he took a step backwards and spat on the ground. Get out. Leave this village. No one wants you here, either of you. Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Ha! Look at that fat boy go. Glad he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress, and blotting at the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kaine, why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The words of her grandmother stung Kaine, and she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kaine's tears turned into sobs, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength. When Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Don't walk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep. It flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy at any attempt to cross it. Got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip, tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother. When her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, quick in violence. And the first few years together had not been easy. With each year had passed, her and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud, with tears and blood caking her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow still emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not. Don't be an ass. Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't. Hush, interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter, and I love you. And if folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. My gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you did this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath, as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Just stumbled on them while I was out doing the shopping. The old man turned away as he spoke, leading Kaine to believe that the sack had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers, used in its construction made Kaina's heart hurt. Shift into character for a moment. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are. What a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. We're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. Long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. Don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kaine let her gaze drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned, headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze.
Oh, there's more.
Let me grab a sip of water.
Yes, do that. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but ooh, we're in it.
I've always talked about reading books on stream.
Yes. Before we continue, to answer your question, Infinity, that whole exchange is not a spin-off on the intro of the Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced. It's actually transphobia. Anyway.
One moment, I put a chip in my mouth.
Take your time.
Chew. Okay. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was far from a work of art as it could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about the barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe! Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma! Called Kaine. That you, Kaine? Yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close or I may take your goddamn foot off by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood. Nope. I looked over to see what Storm had written. Once she'd scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, Grandma! Do you need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something. The axe stopped, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair, The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job of chopping wood, why don't you come here and take over so I can go get the water? Shades have been restless lately, and I don't want you running into one of them bastards. Relinquishing the... Oh, I didn't like where this is going. Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the more difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaine did her best to help with the chores. Grandma took every task that was required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her daughter to be taunted and harassed by the village. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter. And rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they would call home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment for her mother. Her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and as she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Oh crap. She suddenly understood why her... crap! She had suddenly understood why the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. There we go. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with the blade. The task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small, pink hands. This is tough. And my logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her bucket with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you... Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. There now. Grandma! The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket! Can't let it spill. Kaine steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress, but Kaine didn't notice. Grandma? Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kaine away. Stop that! Just stop! She cried, breathing heavily. Ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all. Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandma had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kaine was ending, sooner than either of them had ever feared. Positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick, and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise. Kaine gently pushed her down. It's all right. I'll be fine. Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Oh, I don't like it, goddammit. But I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother had given her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kaine finally found herself at the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, and muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who listened exactly what she thought of Kaine's presence. "Hey lady," Kaine said with a bravado she did not feel. "Where's the apothecary?" The old woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. "How dare this thing speak to me?" they seemed to say, but Kaine saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. "Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one." "Which way?" Kaine repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary. But the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. Motherfucker. It was Demo. He had clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. "Oh my god," he sputtered. What are you doing here, freak?" The insult was delivered without any force, and Kaine happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. "Ha!" barked Demo. "That old bitch finally keel over?" "Go to hell, Demo." The boy's eyes grew so wide, they seemed ready to fall out of his head. Before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told them to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic, but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely in a world so vast, there could be a place that she could call home. On the far wall behind the counters rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic. They were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. "You like that picture?" Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle, but sad. They seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now. Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait, tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaine and smiled, handing her the medicine. He reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have me these. There's no one left that I wish to draw. Kaine took an instinctive step backwards, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. It's a small village, word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Callie. And I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandma's name is Callie? Thought Kaine suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over in her head as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother's an old friend of mine, he said as Kaine scooted away yet again. I owe her much. I'd wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much. Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless, and with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, and found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. Back already, are you? Asked her grandmother with a yawn. Come here, let me have a look at you. Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally, satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble? It was kind of fun, said Kaine with a small smile. No, seriously, it was. Fun, eh? Asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. Uh-huh. So anytime you need me to run an errand, let me know. As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone. Grandma, it'll make you live forever. Horse shit, said her grandma, throwing back the sheet from her bed. Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help with dinner. But Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house, as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. Sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawing easy or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that, she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could not have been a person's face. Could have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, or a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time and then slowly wheezed out a laugh. "Oh, Kaine," she cried, she said between laughter. "You truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it. But hush, I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. Aim from the heart, and I'll treasure it always." True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face. An action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more and asked her grandmother to take the art down. "Posh," said the old woman. "I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud." She pondered this for a little bit, and then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. "Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness." It was a moment that burned itself in Kaine's memory, a perfect blend of pride, love, and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who made her place in this world possible. Time moves on. People and memories move in and out of a life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember forever. Forever.
Okay, I think there might be this one and one more. One moment though, I have to do a thing really quick.
I'm going to eat this chip real quick.
The laptop is getting quite hot, so I'm going to turn on turbo mode. Now, I've been muting my mic like every time you start reading, but this time I'm gonna for real mute it because you are gonna hear a fan going fucking nuts. Maybe.
I can only hear it when you're talking.
You know what? Let's keep it that way. I'm gonna mute so that you don't have to hear it when I talk, or breathe, or adjust my seat.
Okay. Alright, one moment. It's a lot of words. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. "Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug." The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. "It's no bug, you fool girl, it's a berry." "Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs?" "Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug. I think it's burnt or something because it smells terrible." The cat Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. "Oh yeah, that's terrible, all right." "Why, you little brat," laughed the old woman. "Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact." 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaine could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kaine lacing up her work boots, with a breakfast of burnt berry rolling through her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kaine looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. "Well, I was going to check out the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm going to pick up some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow." "Flagstones? What the hell for?" Kaine stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place was sagged like a boxer in the final round. "Grandma, a dying cat could chew through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection." The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. "God damn, girl, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway." "I'm not worried about thieves. I'm worried about the shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday." The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. "Well, shoot. I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other." "Grandma, no. If I don't go to the kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that." A confused expression passed across the woman's face, and for a moment she was a small child lost at a carnival. Yes," she said after a bit. "Yes, of course, you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Lately it seems my mind is..." She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. "You're gonna be a true woman soon," Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. "So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls, and more talk about how beautiful you've become. Grandma, I'm going to need you to stop with these death flags." Annoyed, Kaine reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. "You're a beautiful thing," said the old woman, "and there ain't another like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you." "Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day."
Even she's like, okay, this is a little much.
"Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from? Gee, I wonder." "I'll teach you to sass me, girl," yelled Grandma. Suddenly she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. "Grandma!" Kaine yelled in a quaking voice. "Grandma, stop it! What the hell?" The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out, as if the first time she had ever seen them. I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just..." Kaine thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. "Listen," she began, "maybe I should stay home after all." "No, I won't have you stay here to keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go get your fruit and your ball and whatnot. I'll be fine. When you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you." Kaine rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandmother on the forehead, made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kaine could feel the old woman's eyes, watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around. Don't turn around, she told herself, but in the end the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing from a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. God, she looks so old now. Looks like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kaine worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kaine pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she finally froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Kaine suddenly felt her stomach knot in on itself. No. Oh, gods, no! Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as if they were trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma! Grandma! My mom's asleep, so I obviously can't yell. Kaine ran then, faster than she'd ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling onto the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark, not just fire. Can't be fire, too much smoke. Gotta save her, gotta save her. She burst into the front yard, came to a sudden halt. Her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved balance through means of a large, armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in random, chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature recreated into retreated into a shimmering inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat, excrement, and the terror became real once more. The creature bellowed again. This time, Kaine responded with a scream of her own. Alright, you bastard, she thought as her scream echoed off the high cliff walls around her. It's you or me, let's go.
Welcome, Zoppy. Welcome to the party. You came at a very interesting time because we are just reading things on a screen. Oh well, my partner here, Zenotia, is reading things on a screen.
Hello. The shade eyed Kaine with bemused interest. Then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kaine glanced towards the house. Through the smoke and flame, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. Grandma! At the sound of her voice, the old woman began to wave frantically. She's alive, thought Kaine. Alive! Kaine's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard toward the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes. She tried to remember how her legs worked. Get up! Get up! Get up, get up, get up, get up now! As Kaine struggled to her feet, the shade stomped toward the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might as well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched to her feet, only to fall back to earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them was surely broken. Ignoring the pain that streamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. Grandma! Hold on! Just a little longer. Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. Bastard, laughing at us. She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. Yeah, I see your plan. The shade moved its claws slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. I'm gonna kill this bastard. Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backward, but she forced it from her mind and began to howl toward the monster. Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was putting a small knife from the porch in her waist. She leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. Give her back, she screamed. Give her back to me! It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the blade broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again, and raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air towards the young girl who was latched to its butt. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay out on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. Kaine. Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke. Grandma? Kaine, you gotta run. You can't test this one. Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. Grandma, come on. We have to go. The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and thumped to the ground below. Grandma, no, no! He said run, goddammit. You have to live. You have to get through. The thought would stay forever finished. Before she could say another word, the shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from gaps in the creature's toes as the terrible putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but the sensation drifted away on the breeze. It was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind, one after another, faster and faster, until they become a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed then, a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards its prey. Kaine's body slowly rose, as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles. Her head lolled dangerously to the side. Yet somehow, she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with deep, red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backwards, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment. Laughing like a mad woman, she leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade struck Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? I think it is. I think I'm bleeding to death. No. What? Can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke, the flames, all of it faded away, until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over again. Kill it! 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 Screaming. Kill it now! As the spark that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer.
Welcome back, Kaine.
The beast approaches.
Oh, I know.
Alright then.
So hey, real quick, to answer your question, Zombie, the version number is not just a random number or the amount of versions that they made of this game. It's literally just the square root of pi, which is a very interesting number to put, but you know, hey, pi goes on forever, and the square root of it probably goes on forever too.
What anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today. My sword is lighter.
Wait a
Not the
minute.
blade, but the skill of the user.
You're Nier.
Strike it down.
What's up?
You are Nier.
Yes, I am Nier, but it's not like, you know, you're gonna play the game as Kaine. It's like you're seeing certain story events from her perspective. At least that's what I think. And you know, from her perspective, she kind of just woke up from a 5-year coma.
Oh yeah, that's fair. She didn't do anything in this fight. She was a little busy.
A little bit busy. One more encounter.
Gently. Weakly. Softly. The shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off toward the horizon, stopping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shamed beyond imagining, Kaine tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Yep, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Ha! Cried a sudden voice from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are you? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought as at the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper that sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kaine and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kaine opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop! No, don't hurt that picture! Kaine reached out with her remaining arm and waved it futilely at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture to the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. Ha cha cha cha. I look like that? Oh God. Oh God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. Just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine?
You know what? I'll take this guy. Ain't you
Maybe I'll
got
take it.
a wish, sunshine?
The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kaine wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. Ooh, I actually might have a voice.
You know what? Yeah, you try it.
You know, a wish, like a prayer or something. Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me! Save me! Ha 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 ha! Kaine finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. I don't make wishes, they don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. And I should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. Oh God, you are the pest! Kaine glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. Substance slowly crept around her feet and began moving up towards the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upwards, feel the hot, searing pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. Come on, said the voice. Let it go. Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die. So why not let me have it? Have what? Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused, as if smacking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. And I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood just like before. In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth that crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. Are you a shade? Yeah, maybe. What of it? The slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaine was struck by the most powerful sensation she'd felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small, whimpered moan. Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please ladies. Now give me the body. Come on. Give me the body and I'll give you this feeling. It's a fair trade. A blunk of flap began to protrude from Kaine's side as she watched it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be growing back, too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she'd regained her voice. Stop. The black ooze hesitated, as if considering this request, then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. Ah, what the hell? sunshine, screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said, can't die yet. A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her and heard its mocking laughter. Then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. Kaine glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern. The pattern of the shades burned itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that sunshine. I think you and me are gonna be good friends now. Kaine stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop. Gotta stop. Holding her left arm in her right, Kaine took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. It's my favorite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood. Then go out there and shut up. Shut up and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Who? That's rich, sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those bodies of yours in the air, you would love to see you dead. Kaine grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed at her right wrist, crushing it. Kaine screamed, dropped the shard as the sound of bone crushing on bone filled the air. Ha ha, stupid idiot girl. You can possess now, sunshine. There's ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed? Whispered Kaine. Yeah, possessed. You and me. We got what we call a timeshare agreement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now. Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. It's because of that shade. Is this how they see the world? So, listen. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make that happen. That fat little kid who kept picking on you? That big old shade that squashed your granny? We'll wrap them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, sunshine. No more pain. Wait, said Kaine, you're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What? You think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? Don't give a good goddamn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kaine considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, How about it? You and me? We could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kaine. I'll handle the killing. Oh, look at you go. Oh, sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Tyron, and if you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out with this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour, and I like rotten and sour. Kaine found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade and I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyrion. You can count on it. Ha! Laughed Tyrion. I've shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body. But if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. Not a shade. I am Kaine. I am not a shade. I am Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her head, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her vows, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry. I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak. This time, I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn, and the people of the area rose to their daily lives, she remained in that position, as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that infected her world.
Alive! Stay alive! Stay alive!
Grandma.
Kaine, you gotta live! You gotta come back to us!
Welcome back.
Oh, hey.
Hello, Kaine. So how'd I do with his the
reading?
killer voice?
Oh, you did very well. It was very distinct from any of the others.
I've got a very good
Emil,
voice.
You
for
were the
that.
one calling me, weren't you?
You still recognize me?
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow. You grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
Shit. That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
Sure is.
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Yay, the gang's back together again.
Kind of
again.
waking from her long petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all.
Yeah, this thing again.
Are you kidding me? You can't be serious.
Please try to understand. People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
This is crap, and you know it.
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me. As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But...
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
Oh, a quick one to address the thing Choppy92 said there.
I didn't get much
About
sleep
reading
that
the
night.
rules for the Discord.
You
I always skim the rules to see if there's anything
For the
that's
first
not the
time in my
standard. Don't
life,
be an
I
asshole.
hated Devil.
Yeah, you should always read the rules of a Discord. Being the
first
kind of
time in
person who
my life, I
reads the
doubted
rules of a
Popola.
Discord server is not something that
Those
should make
feelings
you
are
unique.
pointless in the end.
That should be standard.
They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself.
I remember when we first got to this scene the last time, you were like, this is a very mature response. Also, new scene. Just for Route B.
I should apologize to Kaine and Emil, but what good would that even do?
I got a fire going, Kaine.
Wait, is that?
Campfires?
I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing. My body is different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak.
You know, like transphobes are wont to do.
But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession and my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay. Can we just forget I told you about that?
Oh.
That's genuinely heartwarming. Nier made a new friend, and guess what? He's a king! I wish I had some friends.
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
So hey, before that, actually before even the other thing, let's take a look at other. No, is it in sound? Okay, it can only be changed on the title screen. You know what? Yeah, let's look at the thing right now. It's not this one. It's this. No, it's over here. But let's get this first.
Hey.
And let's look at this. This.
What might that be?
It's Mom's diary.
I have not heard you speak much about your mother.
She got the black scrawl and died when I was little.
My apologies for bringing it up.
It's all right. I can barely remember her face anymore. This is the only thing I have left of her. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here. Take a look.
You know, if somebody's writing strange things, you probably actually really do want to show it to the very smart book.
Say
Yes.
there. Can you not hear me?
Hello, father.
Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed ninny?
Sorry. Felt like I was dreaming or something.
Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent indeed. Come now, there's the door.
Right. Let's go.
Finish cleaning yourself up. Okay, let's go. This is literally the only time you can ever play as the dad in this game, unfortunately. Unless you
Alright
mod.
then.
Unless you mod.
Unless you mod.
And even then, it's not perfect because, you know, they didn't add like a father gameplay, like including voice lines for cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, proceed beyond this point and you will be unable to save until the battle is over. Do you want to go through the story? Yes.
So it's going to happen.
Welcome to the extra content, everybody. This is the world of the recycled vessel created to avoid the destruction of it all. If you're wondering, yes, there is a weird filter around everything. I don't get it. Oh,
That's a weird filter.
there is like a... Yeah, you see it?
I see it. Choppy, I believe this is supposed to be a say-so stream. You can't tell us about how you're taking on Solstice.
No, it's not. I know exactly what Zombie's talking about. He was talking about how someone wanted to like try a chicken butthole and said the actual word butthole.
Well, see, I was talking about the choking on the sausage. It was innuendo.
See, I don't know about that.
I was making the joke, the choppy. Anyways.
Yeah, but hey man, listen. I wouldn't mind choking on a sausage. I mean, that would mean I would be eating one, and I could always go for a sausage. Sausages are delicious. You're free to take any and all of that out of context. I have to go down.
I like penis. Thank you. And all the things swell.
This is an interesting remix.
Right? I'm pretty in favor of it.
I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's definitely not what I expected.
I'm pretty in favor of it.
Yeah, I like it. Especially because it's a meal, I think Despair is what the song's called. It's like the big like combat type of meal theme.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was like in the original.
Hatsune Emil-kun.
I don't know if this was in the original game as part of the DLC, because that's what World of Recycled Vessel is referencing. But I don't think it was like exactly like this in the DLC. It was more like just.
So what's your goal here?
What's that?
What's your goal?
I think reach the bottom and also finish all the fighting. Oh, and there's a. Let's see, there we go. Boss. Oh, okay.
I think you're supposed to go down through the hole.
Okay. Hi, friend.
You didn't use the wall.
Okay. Okay. Oh, God. Is this an orb? It is. The Black Scroll, a lost destiny, a white book, a false truth. Oh, there's more. I have to finish all the fights. This is an extra weird filter.
Yeah. It might just be the same filter with different with lighting, but actually I think that's exactly what it is. It's the same filter, but it's better lighting.
Possible, yeah. In any case, at least I'm like well equipped for all these fights. I say as I stab like into
the
architecture.
Corner.
You know what? Real quick. Which one is it? It's Richard's Treaty. You know what? No, hold on. What's the other one? Yeah, this one. Labyrinth Song.
I really feel for you. You are literally one-shotting them now.
Yep.
That was a really good idea because taking the spin to win out of the equation is a lot easier on the eyes.
Oh yes, absolutely. Oh, okay, that's it. This one works 3. You made a new friend, and he's a king. Soldiers of Salt calling forth white death. They are legion, those who plunge the world into darkness.
Reduce so much fucking damage.
Part of me thinks I should switch to Virtuous Treaty, the one with 999, but this just feels so good. You
should heal though.
Yes. Just feels so good to do one big heavy swing that just smacks them off the face of the planet.
Is there one that has a higher damage at high weight? What's Iron Will?
You know what?
What's it doing?
Iron Will
Let's take a look. Let's see what is our heaviest hitting weapon.
Iron Will is the heaviest at extra heavy.
But it's not the highest damage.
No, it's not. The
Or
highest
at
damage.
that weight.
The highest damage is Virtuous Treaty, but it's also the lightest.
Yeah, what's the highest? Okay, Iron Will's the only one that's very heavy, extra heavy.
Extra
right?
heavy.
Yeah, it's the only extra heavy.
I think Labyrinth Song is like the most balanced of like heavy attack and magic power.
Okay. Alright, then we'll stick. We'll stick with it. I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems to be doing its job fairly well.
Exactly. Kill the weakest enemy with their most powerful attacks. That's kind of what I've been doing. Not just with this weapon, but you know, in general. Because my strongest attack is like a fully charged Dark Spear or whatever.
Which you do fairly often. Dark
I do it
Lance.
so often. And like, sometimes, depending on my loadout with like words and like weapons, it will just annihilate anything and everything.
It tore through some of the final bosses of Route 1 fairly handily.
Very fairly handily. Okay, I need to stop swinging wildly and just wait until I'm like right in the face before swinging.
You waste a lot of time with a missed swing.
Yeah.
It's like in the Skullgirls, Ophelia's updo attack, which is a really good launch. But if you miss, you have all that time to get from all the way to the top of the screen and back down before you can do anything. That's a lot of time to think about how you just fucked up.
Welcome to the world of the DP. DP in this situation meaning Dragon Punch, Zenotia.
Yes,
not...
I know what Dragon Punch is.
Okay, alright.
I know what Dragon Punch is. I would like to see where you follow the Dragon Punch alignment chart.
I obtained the one-handed sword, Fool's Embrace. Another weapon.
A new weapon.
And more medicinal herbs. Is there an end to this? The dragon's corpse brought death to the world, delivering unto it the power of magic. Okay, now they're just referencing Drakengard 1. Oh, it is dark in here.
Bad dark.
You know what? Let me, real quick, switch to something a little fast. You know what? Let's try Virtuous Treaty. It's the lightest and the biggest damage.
It doesn't seem to have that fast of an attack, though.
Compared to, like, the other one, it's definitely a little faster.
It's definitely a little faster, but it's not as fast as you'd expect being extra light.
Yeah. Maybe it's just the extra light two-handed sword. I guess it's
perhaps
that's just what it means. Oh, this is new looking, even though I can't really look at him. No, I remember this guy. Oh, God. No, I'm gonna move. Hey, guy. See, there's something. That's what makes him harder this time. Ouch. He's armored. So I just have to magic him.
I mean, or equip a heavier weapon.
Maybe. Let's try that. Let's try equipping. What was the one? No, it was a Phoenix one. It was Labyrinth Song.
There we go.
Let's try this one. Oh! Okay.
Jesus
no,
Christ.
okay, I just had to hit him in the sweet spot.
That's a lot of damage. Jesus Christ, though.
That's a lot of damage. I'm trying to remember what this song is like a remix of. It's from something from early in the game. Black sickness stains the future. They journey to return to soulless vessels. Oh, side-scrolling. Cool. Okay, alright. It's fucking sneak attack. Fucking relax, dude.
And you just killed him straight through his fucking armor.
Yeah, it's... I just gotta get lucky and, like, hope that I hit. Oh, I thought that was a box that I can smash. Ooh. Fuck. Oh, getting a little nervous with platforming. Okay, no, that's just on me though. That's, you know, that's an error on my part.
You scared of platform cheese? Were
I'm not
you were you traumatized by falling platforms as a youth?
You know what? In video
I wouldn't
games,
blame
definitely.
I
Video
wouldn't
games,
blame you.
definitely. I love the Mega Man series, but man, fucking like
Oh, yeah.
stages
Oh, yeah.
where they drop shit on you is some of the worst. There's also some like weird discrepancy in like Nier's ability to just stop moving when he gets to a platform. Underestimated.
Yeah, no, this because this game has the cinematic, you know, slide stop,
Yeah,
which is very bad for platforming.
yeah. That's whoa, okay. That's something I think directly lifted from like the original Xbox 360 PS3 game.
Choppy. It is not that it is impossible for quicksand to kill you that fast, but it's not impossible for aerated sand to kill you that fast.
Yes. That's not quicksand. It's just incredibly loose, fine sand that just swallows you up. Obtains the Kabuki outfit.
Nice.
And I got 1,000 experience points, which does not mean I level up at all. 1,000 is barely anything. Oh, I could challenge the next one. Also, yeah, it's pronounced Zoppy.
Zoppy.
I'm done here. Bye. Cough just wouldn't quit today. I bet if Nier rubbed my back, would have rubbed my back if he was here. I mean, yeah. Facts and logic won't Oh, no, Max. Don't talk about them.
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I remember. You were there, and you were ugly as shit.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
Anyway, wait, hold on. Do I have to... is it game? No. Oh, I have to, like, go into, like, the title screen to, like...
Yes, you have to go into the title.
So, you know what? Let's do that really quick. Just really quick. Let's save. And there should be something in here. Yeah, return to title screen. Let's take a real quick look. Also, I'm going to change the wardrobe. Kabuki. Yes. This. Oh, the magic orbs can now look like a meal, which is very odd considering that's like something you have to really work hard to unlock in Nier Automata, but sure. Well, I'll be going now. Bye. Caught by this message in Spanish. I get that. I understand. See you later, Zoppy. Hope you have a good...
It was nice to have you around.
Hope you have a good rest of your night. Change music. Change the game's background music to tracks from Nier Automata. Yes. I don't think we... So soon.
What?
Do you hear it? Or did you hear it?
No.
Okay, let's just... They changed the music so soon. I like that. I like that it's immediate. I'll look at Emil go. He do a fly. Well, don't I look nice and fancy? Is there like a model viewer? I don't think there is. Also, this is just the resistance camp music in Nier Automata.
It is.
Let's take a real quick look at the overworld music and see exactly what it is, what they changed it to, and then we will end the stream with watching this video.
Okay.
Oh! Oh my god, it is just a city theme. And look at them, they look so nice. I love Emil's cloak.
I love it so much.
Also, kind of looks incredibly nice.
Very nice.
I wish there was a first-person mode to like really get a good, close enough. Oh man, I'm starting to feel a little emotional hearing this music. It's been so long. Man. All right, and that will be it for the game. Thank you. Okay, cool. They're gonna get the bad achievement. So, funny thing about that, Max, the bad achievement involves something that's extra content and spoilers. So, I won't say nothing about it, but don't worry. You literally can't get it if you're playing, if you're just looking at it and playing as Nier. Let me just... oh god, alright. Anyway, let me just real quick put this here. Yeah, okay. Put this here. God damn it! I didn't think it would start like that already. Son of a bitch. Oh, fuck. Oh man, fuck it. Whatever. Anyway, why are you all the way over there? I gotta fix you in stream. It's over here. Get bigger. Yeah. Anyway. Will this get like my VOD to be muted?
Yes, probably.
Yes. Do I care? Not really, because this will be right at the end. Audio jungle. There. See, we're fine. We're good. We're okay.
Delightful.
Okay, I think that's enough of that. Just 1 minute. Hey, what's this, real quick? It's God, fucking damn it! There he is. There's Zombie right there. God. Oh man. You know what? I don't think you were here for that bit. So you know what? I'm going to fucking get rid of this video because I hate that it keeps being recommended to me. Get out of here. Don't like it. Tell us why. I don't like the video. I saw it and I was like, oh, I don't like that. And then I removed it from my... Anyway, let's watch this video. This was a stream you were not actually here for. But, boy, is this a fun moment. What does butthole taste like? Asking for a friend. I can't properly answer that because a butthole is just skin, and I can't tell you what it tastes like. I could tell you what the texture is. The texture is wrinkly.
I'm gonna get a spinach and feta pizza, I think. Wait. If I do that, do you think I should go thin crust?
Yes, always thin.
Wait, what butthole tastes like?
Yes, that's what Zoppy's asking. I almost ate a cooked chicken butt. Okay, see, I don't know about a chicken butthole. That's completely different. That's completely different from a human butthole.
It probably tastes like chicken.
Okay, so that's gonna be the end of the stream. I'm going to say thank you everyone for coming by. The answer is yes. He regularly just like zones out and stops paying attention on stream. It makes for very hilarious content in retrospect, even though sometimes it's a little annoying. In that case, it was very funny. No, he's not obligated to like fully pay attention because he chooses whether or not he wants to be in. It's not like I'm telling him, hey man, if you're gonna be on stream, you gotta pay 100% attention. It's like it's an open invite. It's like if I know that you're available, you can just come in if you want and just hang out. That's why the collaborators role in the server is for a few people, because I know that they're like available for streams, but like it's up to them if they want to join in. Anyway,
I like to drop in and talk about how much I love cheese.
Yeah, and
how great they are.
It catches me off guard every single time.
I hope you enjoy it. I really do.
I do enjoy it. It's just I never expect it, and it always brightens my night just a little bit every time you do it. Anyway, that's it for the stream. Tomorrow, don't expect nothing because it's Sunday and people are doing stuff on Sunday. Monday, back to the normal stuff. Thursday is my birthday, so I have something special planned, which I should probably be preparing for that. I should probably get the things ready for that. It's not like a big super stream. It's just I'm doing like a fun little thing.
Tuesday I have a big super stream.
Yes,
I'm doing my fundraiser stream. I am helping Bianca get away from an abusive and transphobic landlord. And so I'm running a big fundraiser stream this Tuesday.
You should come by. Not only is it because Zenotia is very cool, and also Bianca's very cool, and you should definitely give money to help Bianca get out of her horrible living situation. No, I don't have that set up. Not only Are yeah, there's your Twitch, which has your Twitter. Not only are they cool, I'm gonna be in there for a few hours, like into the night, so that'll be fun.
I'm very excited.
I'm also very excited.
I will be getting to meet some new people during that, actually.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of fun. I hope it all goes very well. Make sure you got a lot of water and snacks prepared.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
And that you are always welcome to join, even for like little tiny streams. That is not a weekly thing. But that's it for tonight. Thanks everyone for coming by. See you on Monday. Take care. Bye bye. See you later.